Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Mary. Thank you so much to my subscribers for returning. And for those of you that are new, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like what you hear here today. I want to take a look today at the food shortage. Now, we just got another warning, I guess, from the president that this may actually happen. And as we know, sometimes, the shelves or the grocery store shelves are not as full as they have been in our past. So I want to look to see what can we expect. Will there be an upcoming food shortage? Will there be a food shortage? What can we expect if there is? How will we take care of our needs if such a thing arises? Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna just clear the energy here. Okay, Spirit, what can we expect in the future as far as our food supplies go? What can we expect as far as the supply of food that we are normally used to? How will our food supplies be affected in the future, Spirit? Again, thank you all so much for being here with me, and let me just lay out a few cards here, see what we get. Alrighty. Well, we have the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's a great card. That's about making progress and maybe even, moving forward, making plans for the future. And when I look at these wands here with the little plants here, puts me in the mind of food, in a sense, like our plantings and that kind of thing. So let's see what we have here. So first card up is the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Three of Wands, the Moon, we have the Ten of Swords, the Empress, the Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Six of Wands. Six of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. Well, we have quite a few wands here, so that's telling me that at least something is, action is being taken in a sense, especially if I include this Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. And let's see, the Page of Pentacles. So this page here, it's like they're watching the money aspect of the tangible aspect of the food, and we know that the food, of course, is tangible. Let's see. I'm getting a overall feeling that things will be okay as far as the food supply goes. It looks like, of course, we're going to have, there's some unknowns here. There's some, with this moon card here, there's some unknowns that we don't know so far, as far as how far this is going to go. And then I think that with that unknown, gives me a feeling of whatever is happening with the food supply. We're getting close to the end of it. We're very worried about it, of course. Everybody's concerned, especially with Biden saying there may be a shortage and that kind of thing. We're worried about it. But with this Ten of Swords showing up here, I have a feeling that we're getting towards the end of it. We have that 9 and that 10 of Swords showing up. So, yeah, and I think that in a sense, we're expecting it. With those swords showing up, we're kind of expecting it because of all the things that have been going on. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be such a. It's not going to be as bad as what we're expecting. Is what I'm thinking here. Again, like I said, there's some unknowns. There's some unknowns, and I'm not saying that we won't have a shortage, but it may not be as bad as we expected. Now, we have this 7 of Pentacles showing up here. And, of course, 7s are about potential. So there has been some seeds planted, and I think there's a potential for this to happen. And we even have this 10 of Wands showing up here. Now, when I see 10s, to me, of course, this is talking about the burdens, but it's also talking about new beginnings. So I think that overall, we may have a problem with the food supply, but it's not going to be a major problem. So far, I'm not seeing that. Let's see. You know, I'm getting a feeling, especially with this Empress here. This Empress, she's all about abundance, and she's all about creativity, and resources and that kind of thing. And with this Empress showing up, I'm feeling that we will have enough. We'll have enough. But I'm also feeling that with all of these wands showing up here, and I'm seeing these little plantings, I guess you could say, like at the top of the wands. I think we're going to have to look at food from a different perspective. There is nothing major here that's going on. Except, we're getting the Empress, which is a very abundant card. Look at the wheat and all that's here, and, the growth all around her, the fruit on her gown here and that kind of thing. And it makes me feel like, yeah, there's going to be some problems, but we're going to look at things in a different way. And we may have to start thinking about how are we going to take care of ourselves? How are we not going to be so reliant on big like supermarkets and that kind of thing? I'm getting the feeling that we are going to have to learn how to get our own supply of foods. Maybe start a little garden, or put some things in the windowsill, or maybe join a food co-op, and that kind of thing. I think that this is going to make us realize that in the future that we may need to do some thinking about what we're going to do for ourselves and not be so dependent on other things and or other ways of getting it, because with things going on like overseas here, he's looking out. And, the import, export, of course, that's all affected now, especially with the sanctions and that kind of thing going on. And I don't know a lot about that, but I know that if we're stopping the flow from, we're stopping other people's flow of whatever it is that they need, that we're going to be affected too in some way. And we may be... maybe we may be just a little disappointed, but we are going to, there is still potential here for us to come up with some good crops. But I think that we're going to have to start relying a little more on ourselves. We have this King of Pentacles showing up here. Now, this King of Pentacles, he's saying he has, you can see all the greenery around him also. Now, he's a leader. He's someone that would be over tangible things also, with that pentacle showing up there. So I have a feeling that things are not going to be as bad as we may expect. There may be some things going on behind the scenes that we're not recognizing, and I'm hoping it's that we are not being put in the illusion or delusion of not having enough. You know how sometimes when they say things like that, like when the pandemic came upon us and people were running around getting food supplies and getting toilet paper and all that kind of stuff, and people were rushing the supermarkets and that kind of thing. I think that something like that could be going on also. But when I look at that Empress showing up and the King of Pentacles showing up, yes, we're worried, but I think in the end, we're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine in the end. So, like I said, these 10s showing up is telling me that we're at the end of a cycle. We're at the end of a cycle. We're not at the beginning of it. So, yeah. Things are looking pretty good, I think. But for the most part, I don't see a big shortage. And you know what? Maybe that's because we have to think about this too. Maybe it's because the summer is coming, and like people in the north, like where I am, we may have to. They need to think about maybe planting their own supplies and that kind of thing, being able to, like I said, join food co-ops and that kind of thing, have gardens and find other ways of getting their food supplies, and maybe saving or putting away some freezing or canning or whatever for the winter. I think mentally we're going to have to really go in deep and think about how we can alleviate these shortages if there are any. And I think that maybe, with us getting this kind of a notice pretty early on, that we will be able to figure out ways in which to help ourselves or, and help others. And we will be victorious in making sure that there's enough for everyone to eat. So that's what I'm getting, guys. And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope that helps. All right, have a good day.